I'm with Wilburn Slack, a lifelong resident of Spring Hill, a businessman in Spring Hill for many years, and also a Spring Hill Lumberjack football player. And Wilburn, I believe you began playing football your senior year at Spring Hill High School. You'd begun 4 or 5 years before that, but your senior year was 1932.
That's right, 1932.
Who played on that team with you?
On that team, Spring Hill, was William Carlton, a Scheffler boy, Creel Butcher, Woodrow Turner, W.E. Coyle, myself, Rupert Butcher, Ernest Miller boy, Calvin Bearden, Brooks Malone.
And Jesse Butcher?
No, Jesse wasn't on this. Let me go ahead. Jesse finished the year before this. He finished 31.
But you played with him?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Played high school, and we caught up with him in college.
Tell me the difference between football then and football today.
Oh, there's an awful lot of difference. We had about 18 to maybe 20 members on the squad, whereas if you'll take now, I went to Northwestern last year, and they had 61 on the squad. I never saw so many people in my life. But we played both offense and defense, and that's where you got hurt so much, because when you can't play all day long like they do today, offensive play while they got the ball, and directly when they switch, defense comes on.
How about the crowds? Are the crowds a lot bigger now?
Oh, the crowds are much larger. Where we played up here in Spring Hill, most of us played 5 years, 1 year in the 7th grade and 4 in high school. And our football field used to be over close to where I live now, across town from the high school, and then the year after that, it was right behind the new high school, just north of the Preston Stadium.
That stayed in existence till, I believe, in 1954 they built a new stadium.
That's correct. And they played I believe they won the state championship there, or they
I believe they won the state championship on the field you played on. They won that in 1952.
They did. They sure did.
Let me ask you something else. One of the things that the Spring Hill Lumberjacks are given credit for is they've got pride and spirit, and one of the things that has made them successful through the years has been that hometown pride and that hometown spirit. Did it have its roots in this football team that you played on, or did y'all have that?
Oh, yes. It's been here a long time. You can go back to the Malones, and I can't name them all, Pittmans and Dunnigans and all kind of names. Football, I think, started in Spring Hill in 1919 or 1920. Maybe before then. But it's changed every year, and it's gotten better and better.
Players are better, bigger, faster, stronger.
But you named every bit of it. See, I was the largest one on this squad. Of those right there, and the largest one on the squad at Northwestern. I weighed 235, 6'2",
and played tackle.
Played left tackle, both offense and defense, and that was a long grind.
You've been watching Spring Hill Lumberjack football in Spring Hill for a lot of years, playing it and then watching it. Your son played. How much credit do you give the football team for the publicity and for the way that people feel about our Spring Hill and the way that we feel about Spring Hill?
I give everybody a lot of credit. It changed over the years. The people had to work. Back when we played in those years, there wasn't any money. Very few parents could go. You played it in the afternoon right after school. Now you got night games and weekend games and everything else. And there's a lot of difference in it. People follow their children, their uncles and their aunts, and just back in those days, there were very few people, a lot of the parents. My mother never did see me play football.
But today, that's no longer true, and football is a large part of the community life in Spring Hill.
Oh, yes. I think it helped make Spring Hill. There's a lot of boys that just because few of us got together and made this squad those years, there's a lot of boys. If somebody digged the history of it, they went all over the United States, played football in a lot of colleges.
Yeah, I was talking to Ted Souter at an interview, and he said, I believe there were 6 or 7 off that team that played major college football.
That's right. There was John David Crow. I know part of them, and him, and I can't name them all right now offhand. But they had a good representation. They had a good football team. They had a good quarterback. He now works for an international paper company. I can't call his name, but there's boys all over the country around here.
That played football for Spring Hill, and many of them got their college education that way.
They certainly did. 4-year college degree by playing football.
We've been talking to Wilburn Slack, one of the early Spring Hill Lumberjacks, that has been following the Spring Hill Lumberjacks and supporting them all these years.